doing this WDHA Reconnect with Rockers feature that we started way back in the day is that I get to reconnect with people I haven't seen in a really long time. And it's so great to see who looks exactly the same. The face of Scott Anderson from Figure 11. Oh my God. As soon as I saw your face, I'm like, it's Scott. Yay. So thank you so much. I see the hotel room in the background there. You are on tour.
That's right. We got a day off today, so that's okay. But yeah, this is the quietest place that you can find on the road.
I love that. Thank you so much too for being in a hotel. Sometimes we get the bus and the internet's a little wonky. So I love, love, love this. Now, where do we start? Okay, I'm going to start tour because you guys are out on the road, the summer of 99 tour supporting Creed. We talked for like a second before we started recording. This has been crazy, insane. Every date sold out, crowds going nuts. You guys are probably starting to see second generations of fans now coming in, which could be kind of new for you. So talk to me about when you get the call. Does someone call you? Is it like a texting with friends, like we're going back out? Maybe you guys would like to come. How does this whole thing come to be?
Yeah, I think we got wind of the tour and they were looking for, we were on, I think, a short list of bands that Creed wanted. And we were close to the top of the list. I mean, I'm not exactly sure if we were the very top, but as soon as they said, "Hey, look, do you want to come out?" We, I mean, we thought about it for like, a second, just as far as, wow, okay, this is a very long tour and we'd be crazy to say no. So we got to do this. We have to do this. And so we did say yes, but it was, I couldn't have imagined how good this tour would be for us personally in Finger 11. Um, it's still early on. We're in the first, little while of the tour, and people are showing up to see the first band, which happens to be us. I played big shows before, and sometimes people sort of drag their feet to the show.
People
And
want this whole experience of all of these
yeah,
bands. They're into it. They're into every piece, I think, of this show, which has to make it so great.
yeah. I mean, so then it's on us to kind of warm everybody up and give them like a nice, what we can do is a nice big rock show and get them all set. And it's been so good. Everybody's been receptive, and the band is happy. It's wonderful. It's a great way to spend the summer. I highly recommend it.
Oh man, I love that. I love hearing that. And you're in good company too with people like Daughtry and Big Wreck and Tonic, like all these great bands that sold so many records, had so much radio play, and were out being working bands. It's amazing to see this. Now, you guys weren't on the Creed cruise, right? You just did the tour. The
We
tour.
Yeah, we weren't on the Creed cruise. We had the opportunity to do it, but unfortunately, Rick gets very, very seasick, so it was kind of a non-starter for us. We couldn't do it.
I'm with Rick.
Um,
I'm with Rick
yeah,
on that. Yeah, these rock and roll cruises seem so fun, but I am a land lover, and it would take a lot to get me on that. So yeah, I'm with Rick on that one. But you guys, the tour, I think that's even better. And of course, it's such a good time for you because not only the tour, but we just got a great new single.
right, right. We finally put out some new music. I can hardly believe it myself. Yeah, but we have a new song. We have a brand new song called Adrenaline, and it's we've been playing it live and we've been getting a lot of good feedback from it. So you never know exactly how people are going to react, but it's been hitting pretty well. So I'm happy about that.
And literally just dropped. So that's great that you guys are getting great feedback. And you have a new musical kind of group around you in Better Noise. So
Yep,
it's kind of like
yep.
a whole new, this is so freaking cool because it's like a whole new beginning. And I love that. I love like that, fresh but familiar, there's a lot of that happening. And I think for a band, and Better Noise people are amazing in the industry. So this is such a awesome summer.
I will say it's wonderful to actually have a plan.
Yeah.
Sometimes, a year will go by and we'll write music and we'll figure out, maybe we'll do these dates and that date. But to have an entire plan for the summer and to have music done and to be, well on our way to like making a record, it feels really good. It does feel like, days gone by. So it's a whole new beginning, like you said. It's great.
And the thing I also love about the band is, I mean, the band has been intact as Finger 11 with kind of the same lineup of people for like a long time. So, what does everybody else in the band feel about all this? Do you guys like look at each other on stage some nights and just be like, "Holy crap, I can't believe we're here."
It is great, and I will say I'll try to be as like objective as I can, but like we can still do our thing very well. There's times where it's like, okay, yeah, this is kind of the best that Finger Eleven can be. We just did a really good show. That's awesome. There's not a lot of like musical compromises, I guess, or like, oh, maybe maybe we're not gelling as well as we used to. Like it feels like old days, and that's great. It's as soon as you walk on stage, you feel like a 17-year-old kid again. It's awesome.
Get wiser, because
Oh, sure,
you
if you
have
say so.
that thing in your brain that helps you to appreciate things, I think, a little bit more. I think with that wisdom comes a different kind of appreciation, and I'm so happy that you guys are getting that opportunity to have that, to feel that. It seems like a good time to be in the band.
Yep, it's great. There's pressure, but but there's not the pressure that it used to be, where it's like we have to prove ourselves. It's just more like, okay, well, let's deliver a great show, and let's be on stage and be happy about it, because we don't have to act like we're happy. We actually are. So, but there's the time gone when you're a young person going, oh, there's that's a different kind of pressure. So it's more fun, and when we make mistakes, it's like, oh well, it's rock and roll, it's fine. I used to have a hard time getting over, a bad note or whatever. But it's like, no, 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 don't ruin it for yourself and the crowd. Just keep going. It's going to be great.
So let's talk full record versus singles. Are you guys working on a full record? I heard that there is going to be one. Is it written? Do we have a producer? Where are you in that process?
I'd say we're about halfway
Halfway.
and getting closer. Realistically, we probably have something in the new year as far as a full record is concerned. Production's probably going to be all in-house, because I mean, we all have sort of some experience, but our new guy, Steve Moe, who's been in the band for 10 years, but he's still the new guy. He has a whole toolkit of like production and like engineering, and he's an incredible musical asset, not to mention songwriting. So these last few songs, like this, the last sort of, well, as long as these last 10 years, I can't believe it's been 10 years, but yeah, we're really hitting a stride, and Steve's gonna sort of kick our ass and get us to work a little faster. But I would say the new year, the stuff we have completed is it still sounds really, really good to me. So I'm excited about that. So the rest of it's going to just be, more fun to finish up the record, and we'll have to figure out what song goes where, and if everything sort of matches up. But yeah, like I say, like there's a plan in place, but the only thing that's keeping us from focusing on the record completely is this awesome tour. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the greatest problem in the world to have.
Not easy to make the record that you want to make when you're on tour. Absolutely. And I like that because you brought up like what goes where, and I love that because I'm thinking of like sequencing of a new album and stuff. So cool, awesome. So talk a little bit about Adrenaline too. How did that come to you? It's aggressive yet like optimistic. Like it's got that real awesome Finger 11 energy.
I really like that you said that, because nowadays I'm trying to make an active choice to not just be so, just I guess downright negative. And I certainly don't have the angst that I used to have, but I like energetic, music. So where does that leave us? I mean, the band gave me this piece of music, and I was like, oh, this is great. And I get to be inspired by the music. They'll give me a full track, and I'll just listen, and then I just get to sing along, and sometimes it'll be gibberish, and then until I kind of latch onto an idea. And so, yeah, it's about chasing a high together. That's pretty much, what the song is. Um, and there's it's some you always try to go for that kind of harness energy, and the vocals kind of the vocals and the words match the music. You always try for that. You don't always succeed, but I think with adrenaline, we kind of we hit it okay.
Oh yeah, it's such a great track, and I think it's going to be like a perfect end of summer track. It's just one of those wind in your sails, grab yourself a cocktail and get your summer on. And custom made for live performance too.
It's
Custom
yeah,
made for the big old sold out Creed tour, sold out in Jersey months before. Let's keep going. Bang, bang,
yeah,
bang. Yeah.
yeah. It's Finger 11 is no stranger to trying to make big songs, and so it's lending itself well when we have the opportunity to play in front of 20,000 people a night. It's great. But yeah, the song, whatever you're doing, if you're cliff jumping or just grocery shopping, I think the song will work. You just put a little spring in your step.
I love it. I love it. And you guys too, I think sometimes we look back and we go, what? And I think you guys are in that like billion streaming club.
Are we?
That's that's wild, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's too much to think about. In the same way, where when I'm
The only
playing
thing that
live, I
sucks
gotta.
about that, and I feel so bad for bands though, is billion streaming doesn't make you a billionaire.
It
And
sure
it's
doesn't.
like, damn, come on. But that's an amazing feat.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's great. There's um I don't know. There seems, if you look at like some metrics, you can tell that like people have been listening to Finger 11 for a while, and I'm very grateful for that because I look at some of my favorite bands, and it's like, wow, I don't understand why those numbers are the way they are, but that's crazy. I myself am grateful for the band that I'm in, that people are still listening. So it's awesome.
Yeah, sometimes in radio we're in the metrics game, and I'll look up bands and stuff and I go, Finger 11. Holy moly, just off the charts with these streams for you guys. So hopefully let's keep it going with new music and a new record. And I said this to you also often. I want to get this in as well. I always remember you guys as just being such really cool guys, just like nice guys. You've come to WDHA, back in maybe 2003 or 7 or whenever. And always such a pleasure to work with you guys. I hatched up this crazy promotion we did, finger food with Finger 11. We brought in contest winners and we ate and we hung out, and just always a pleasure to hang out with you guys. So, is the band like as nice as I remember you being? Because you always seem like you guys are pretty happy.
Um, yeah, that's a really nice compliment. I hope we are. I hope
Low
we're still
maintenance.
nice.
I just remember low maintenance. Finger 11 low on the low maintenance totem pole.
I will say that it's even it's easier to be in Finger 11 nowadays. There's less conflict. We argue well creatively, and there's just less tension everywhere. We're so grateful. We know, like you know, uh, we've been in like the busted up van with the broken trailer. Like it took years and years to sort of climb to a different level of success. So I don't know. I think we've done a good job not taking anything for granted. And the truth is, we all still want to do this. This is for the love of the game. So yeah, boy. And then in conclusion, yeah, I guess we're still nice guys.
See, I knew it. See, I
Uh,
knew it. And I don't think that there's, you have a song that has lasted as long as songs like Paralyzer. I don't think there's a day or week goes by that somebody doesn't call me and want to hear that song. And it's all different ages and it's, genders, it's men and it's women. And, when you have those, I think radio staples like that, um, you're doing something right, stuff that doesn't age out.
Thank you. I wish I could do it a few more times, but we'll see.
I don't know. Adrenaline is so awesome. I think people are going to like it. We're going to play it, post interview. I'm going to post the video underneath our interview here. And it was so great to catch up with you. When I saw that you had a little time in your schedule, I was like, sign me up, sign me up, sign me up. I cannot wait to pick Scott's brain a little bit and kind of welcome him back. I know you guys had, another tune out last year, which was so good, Together Right, but it's so phenomenal to know that we've got a full record. Will Together Right is that going to be part of the new album?
No, that was
Okay,
released on the greatest hits, and so it's separate from the
just a
new
one
record.
off. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah,
Yeah, and your greatest hits last year. That's right. That was 2023, right?
yes.
God, and I feel like time is, don't you feel like time is just moving so fast? I was literally going to say like, oh, that was like 4 months ago. And I'm like, no, wait a minute. That was
I,
2023.
I'm so nervous to talk about dates anymore. I try to just avoid it because I just wrong constantly. It's like, yeah, that was last year. Oh no, wait, it was 4 years ago. Wow.
And then after the Creed tour, I would imagine little more touring, probably. You guys staying out on the road?
We're gonna take a break, and I think we might do some stuff back in Canada, but really got to dedicate some time to finishing up the record, and that will be the time uh, after this summer.
Little studio time, and we'll
Mhm.
get some more tunes from Finger 11. Scott, such a pleasure to connect with you. Thank you so much for giving me some time on a day off.
Thanks.